Hello, my name is Ethan, and I want to talk about my day 2 experience of being in the IB program. The first thing that I want to mention that I was thinking about as I finished my first day was how my experience was different just from IB school to IB school. Like even schools that are just like in my area, like different high schools, they offer different courses that my school doesn't offer. Like I know there's a high school that's not too far from me. I think it might be like a 15-minute drive by the highway, but they offer economics and psychology, which is something that isn't offered in my school, but I would really like that. And I was doing a little bit of research online about how IB schools differ in the US or in the UK or places like that, and I think that it's really interesting to see everybody's different experience. I've been on the Reddit and I've been kind of just reading through like what some people's experience have been, past experiences, people who are also like me starting that course this school year. So it's been really interesting to see all these different perspectives. One thing that I've noticed people talking about, whether that be my teachers or people online talking about their experiences in IB, or people at my school who are in IB, is like not falling behind. I think that in the beginning, I haven't been really focusing on that. I haven't really taken like notice of that a lot of people are talking about you have to stay on top of work, because it seems like in these courses things build on top of each other. So if you fall behind, you're kind of like you fall behind faster, you fall behind quickly, and you start to lose like any progress that you might have made in the course. I think the best way to stop this is just developing like good habits early of like going over work and things like that. I have this binder here. It's a small little binder, but it has all of my subjects on the inside, and I just put everything that I learned over the 2 years. I'm going to put in this binder, and I'm going to try to review things on the weekend. And I feel like developing that habit of reviewing constantly is going to make the information that I learned retain in my brain a little bit better, but I also think that it's just going to help develop the habit of having a consistent schedule, because it seems like consistency is going to be the key to succeeding in IB, and that's one of the main focuses that I'm going to be working towards. I also feel like since my school, like the school year started on a Thursday and now today's Friday and day 2, I think that I should start to develop like relationships with my teachers and to get to know them, because I'm gonna be in here for like 3 semesters, and that's a long time. So to be able to build like trust and a relationship with them, I think is going to be important, so that way they can understand like the way I learn and try to help me, and they would know the best way to help me because they like know me as a person, and they understand like what my likes and dislikes are and some of my interests and things like that. And that's why I really like the idea of having students like fill out like a little sheet about what they like and dislike, because sometimes people don't like raising their hand and just sharing it with the entire class, especially if you don't know anybody in your class. I'm kind of using this channel as a way to keep myself like on pace by recording a video every day that builds consistency over and over again. I don't know if I'm going to do weekend videos or what the plan really is for that, because I don't know how much like extra schoolwork I'm going to be doing on the weekend. But if I do stuff, if I do decide to do things, I will record it and I'll let you know, and maybe I'll kind of like combine the 2 days of the weekend together, and we'll see how that goes, because even the weekends are still a part of the journey, and I feel like those also should be recorded too. In terms of workload, I have a lot of papers on my desk. Command terms sheet. This one is specifically for bio, and it has kind of like the command terms that you need to know for IB, which I've heard about them before, like just through YouTube and watching videos preparing over the summer. But this is really helpful because it shows you like, I don't know if my camera will focus, but it shows you like if like a question says define or label or estimate, it tells you basically exactly what to do. And I remember my bio teacher telling me that people have been putting like too much information, and that's why they keep getting the questions like they don't get full points for the question. And I think I'm gonna also have that issue because I like to write and I like to put like a lot of details and tiny little things, because I feel like that's what makes a story good, is like tiny little pieces of information. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how I adjust to them. Some of them do like make sense to me, like estimate, like it's obviously the exact definition on this sheet is obtain an approximate value, which makes sense. But things like compare and contrast, I feel like it's something I'm gonna mix up all the time, because whenever I compare two things, I automatically just do the differences and similarities at the same time, but in compare you only bring up the similarities. So yeah, that's gonna be an adjustment, definitely. There are a lot of command terms. I don't know how many there are, but I assume there's like at least 20 to 30 on this sheet alone, because it is double-sided. Even though my camera won't focus, it is double-sided. Other things that I have gotten are I actually got some chemistry like papers today. They're like, we're just still doing review stuff like we were doing on the first day. And then in TOK, I did have that on the first day and I didn't really talk about it, but we did this kind of little cool activity about the drawbridge exercise, and we got like a little introduction paper. I don't really all these introduction papers that I get, they show like how much of the external assessment is worth in each class. This sheet individually, I'm gonna cover my school, but it shows like how the extended essay and theory of knowledge, how you're grading those, how many points that gives you to get a score out of 45, which is how IB works. In case you were wondering, my courses are HL Chem Bio and English, and SL Spanish, Math, and Digital Societies. And this semester in particular, I have Bio, Chem, Math, and Digital Societies, and TOK. And those are really good. I've now gone through like both my days, so I've had all the classes now, because at my high school we have 4 classes a day, and each class is an hour and 15 minutes. So now that I've met all of my teachers and I've gone through like all the introductions and stuff like that, I know that next week we're gonna be starting like actual material and the actual book and things like that. So I hope that all goes well for me. I think this weekend I'll mostly just be focusing on getting like into shape, and for sports basically, because I do play volleyball, and there's, for the first time in like a long time, there's a boys volleyball team at my school, so I really want to make that. And I have like open gyms for the club that I play for, so I'm also going to train for that as well. Overall, the first 2 days have been great. I've been loving IB, and I hope to still be loving it like when I'm doing my EE and my IAs and things like that. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and also just leave a comment to let me know how your IB experience was, or if you're starting an IB just like me. Bye.